Welcome back, team. When it comes to the logging and monitoring team, if you see this particular architecture, I placed a few components already here. What exactly the advantage of these components? Firstly, let's go one by one. I just want to consider a component here. I'm just considering a component called app service. Maybe let's take app service. Go for the app service team, okay? You tell me one thing, team. Whenever app service is there with you, this is what your primary, which is running in Singapore, okay? Just go there and open. First and foremost thing, to know the health of your app service, you need to go in the same direction, okay? To know the health of your app service, always, whether really your app service is working fine or some issue or someone deleted or someone stopped, all these kind of notification you want to see. Of course, these are really required for production application. Then what should we do? Simple activity. Just scroll down to the bottom at the left side, you can see an option called resource health. Please click on the resource health team. Once you click on the resource health, it will just show you an option called add resource health alert. Click on that. Once you click on this one, it is just giving some options where you can see these things already we have seen in one of our previous session. For the database, I believe I showed this, the same thing only. So what exactly the condition you want to keep it, okay? For example, event status is active or in progress or resolved or updated. What exactly the event status you just want to get this one. You can keep everything as it is also, not at all an issue. And also current resource status. For example, if it is available, if it is degraded, if it is unavailable, again you will get. Okay, previous resource status. Again the same thing. No, previously it was available, now it is not available. You will get an alert. Previously it was degraded, previously it was unavailable, previously it was unknown. You will get an alert. Awesome. Finally, resource type. Yes, I want to know all the reasons for this resource type. Yeah. I want to know this. That's also good. Just keep everything as it is, not an issue. Once you are done, just go for the actions team. This is the action group section. I showed in one of your session. I don't want to touch this one again one more time. So I showed this case already. So I believe once you click on the action group, you can see the GP action group. I believe this is the one exactly we touched at that moment. Okay. GP action group. If you recall this one, under this action group only we configured our email IDs. Okay, same thing. Just go there and select this one and go for the details. And especially what exactly the alert rule you want to keep here. Yes, I want to keep it. And you want to keep this particular thing in the AZ-U22. This is what your resource group I want to keep here. Okay, no worries. AZ-app service -health alert or something like that. Yes, this is the exactly the alert rule name you are just trying to provide. Just copy this one, just provide a description also. Once these two are done, go for the tags and finally review and finally create. You know what you achieved here. You have configured a health alert for your app service. The advantage of making your health alert, configuring health alert for app service is 24/7. 24/7. A monitoring is happening on our app service. If anything happens to the app service, immediately you will be alerted. That's the advantage you will get. This is must activity which you need to do in your real time for any of your service which got involved in architecture. Okay, this is a common thing. Step number 2. Okay, alright. So service health configure. Next, I'm just going for the another section called especially I'm just going for the logs section. Okay, logs. This is another important area which you need to keep always in. Especially what exactly these logs are talking about. So far we are noticing our running log, correct? So whenever we made a deployment, we just went there, we checked, is there any issue, something like that. But that may not be a proper one for you. Sometimes your organization demands you just retain logs for at least 30 days or something like that. So if that is the situation for you, what exactly you need to do? So you need to store your logs in one place, right? Dedicatedly you need to store your logs in one place. So how you can store in one place? What exactly the technique you can use? Okay, how to store that one? So to do that team, I'm just going for diagnostic settings. Okay, you need to go for an option called diagnostic settings. Click on the diagnostic settings. Okay, any component in Azure, same approach. Okay, I will not repeat this one again and again. Concept is same. Okay, click on add diagnostic settings. Wherever you go, any component you take, the same thing will be available. I just want to give a name for the diagnostics name as app service -logs. You know what exactly this particular thing means. You are just giving one diagnostic setting name called app service -logs. And by the way, this is a very interesting area, okay, where you can understand something here. What are all the logs you want to push to your storage area? What is your storage area in this case? In this case, your destination is Azure Log Analytics Workspace. Azure Log Analytics Workspace is your destination. So how to push your logs to Log Analytics Workspace? Just go there to the logs. Please go there, select. Each and everything I am selecting because I want all the logs, including metrics also. Everything you selected, and you are trying to push the destination. Where? One is called Log Analytics Workspace, which is Azure native, cloud native. Cloud native means it's provided with the cloud vendor. So you are completely dependent upon the cloud native in this particular project. Going forward, I will show you with ELK or some other third-party resources, so that you are by using Datadog by Vector. So those things I will show you. Then you will feel more confidence and also confident as well as part of your log and monitoring. Okay. So the point here is, at the moment we'll understand how to push logs to Log Analytics Workspace. That's our first learning, basic learning. If you click this one, it is just telling you, so there is a Log Analytics Workspace which will be created automatic. I think there are few default one. Anyone you can select, but my recommendation is don't do in this way. Please create one Log Analytics Workspace. That's a good approach always. Okay, let me do that in a minute. Let's align on further options also. Archive to storage account. What exactly this one is talking about? For example, you want to push your logs to specific to a storage account. Where exactly you want to push your logs? So you need to open this and you need to select your corresponding to your storage account. The storage account is also one of the option for you where it can store your logs. Okay. This technique I will show you, but especially by using Vector by Datadog. There we will see this one. And one more I am saying stream to event hub. Okay. This is an interesting one. What exactly the stream to event hub means? See, event hub is a message queuing system. Message queuing system, meaning that, for example, in development world, for example, if you have one API is there which is connecting to a database or a blockchain network, for example. So what exactly you are doing here? You are pumping a sequence of transactions, a parallel transactions in a bulk, okay, millions of transactions. Whatever the API you placed in your application, it cannot handle. Though you placed a very high infrastructure, definitely you will receive some failures. Okay, you will receive some failures because of it's not the correct process to handle such a number of concurrent requests or concurrent messages or concurrent transactions. Then what should we do? You need to use some queue system. So whatever you are trying to push, okay, let's move those things into queue. From there, from the queue, we will process one by one. That's the best approach so that data loss will be 0. So in your logs case also, they are applying the same technique. They are trying to write all your logs to event hub. So that event hub is a message queuing system by Apache Kafka. And all your logs will be pushed to event hub. From there you can consume those logs to any of the destination. That could be ELK, or that could be some Splunk, or that could be a storage account, that could be an S3, can be anything team, okay. But the first it will go to the queuing system. That is what exactly. And what is the send to partner solution? Send to partner solution is the one of the technique. Now what exactly they are doing here is, for example, ELK or Splunk, all these are coming as a marketplace, what I can say, it's a marketplace option. If you go there and you go there and search here with ELK, they have a marketplace service here. Okay, let me show you. So you no need to discuss, or you no need to go to ELK cloud or Splunk cloud to just set the configuration. Not required. You can play from here itself. That is what exactly advantage here. For example, just go there and ELK, especially under the marketplace. Okay. So for example, I think they are selling some different products also. ELK package by Bitnami. Just open this one. So what exactly this particular thing is doing? Maybe you can go for the firstly. I think before directly provisioning this one, what my suggestion here is, go to marketplace first. Okay. Go to marketplace. If you go to the marketplace team, just a moment. Okay, there is an option. There must be an option for the marketplace to go there. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Okay. Yeah, marketplace. Okay, just click on this one. Just come here, team. Here, what exactly I'm telling? Just go there and search ELK. If you search ELK, a lot of options you can see basically. So you know what? All these things. These are all specially for ELK specific services, where those things are packed and they are giving those options for you. Few are for free, few are for charge. So you need to select the relevant one. So for example, see ELK packaged by Bitnomi. So okay, they are giving some options here, and Logstash packaged by Bitnomi. So what exactly they are doing? Okay, they are giving a ELK option by using this particular thing also. See ELK packaged by Bitnomi. Can you please click on this one? It will give you. It is just giving you an option where you can provision a virtual machine by considering ELK package by Bitnomi as an image. So what you are doing internally, what you are doing here is you are forming a machine. That virtual machine is already ELK installed, ELK integrated. Such kind of options also still available for you, So directly you can consider anything from marketplace also. But my recommendation is, whenever you are going for the ELK integrations, you don't go in this way because you are not very sure what will happen, how to use also. You don't see proper documentations also. See, if you open this one, if you click on this particular thing, here they will talk about how exactly you need to make sure or something like that. Instead of going with this approach, what is my suggestion is just talk with the vendor. Just discuss with the vendor and get to know how exactly this particular integration works. You just integrate your component directly with the ELK cloud. So that is the best option I can recommend. And we will see that one in one of our upcoming projects. There I will show you how to do that. But at the moment, just need to understand. So few plugins are available in the marketplace. From there also, you can make an integration with third-party services, third-party partners. That is possible. Okay, that is the thing exactly I'm telling. For example, just come here, just go there to the ELK. When you search the ELK, see these are the options are being displayed as part of this marketplace. These are all the third-party solutions where you can directly use. If you use this option, then you can prefer this partner solution here. Send to partner solution. Okay, this one will help you. Okay, if you click on this particular option, I'm just clicking on the one of the link over there. Partner solution. So what exactly the partner solution and how exactly those things are helping you. So those things you can refer this particular documentation and you can understand as well. Okay, fine. See, you can see something. So Datadog is one thing, Elastic is one thing, and Dynatrace is another thing. I think those are on logz.io. These are all the partner things where they are supporting at the moment for the portal. Okay, Azure Marketplace. You no need to focus on this one now. Okay, it's too early to focus on this one. Not required. You just go back. Let's focus on our log analytics workspace first. Just come here, team. I told you, let's create a log analytics workspace first. Then we'll come back here. Go to the global search, team. Once you go to the global search, just click on the log analytics workspace. Okay, I'm just clicking on the log analytics workspace. There is a log analytics. Just go there and just click on the log analytics workspace. Click create button. So what we are trying to do, you are trying to create a workspace where it can store all the logs corresponding to your project or architecture components. So be very careful when you are using log analytics workspace in real-time time. It will charge you heavily. Per GB, you will be charged $3. Okay, remember that one. I'm just going for the whatever the thing AZI-U22 is, that's fine. And also LAW. It's the shortcut usually people will call. Don't confuse when the people are calling with this name. Okay, you will easily understand. Okay. For example, no, don't need to specify the app service and all. Just give the L0. Okay. It's a L0 project. I'm just giving L0. Fine. So once you are done with this thing, team. Okay. Next, what exactly I'm trying? Southeast Asia, we are trying to create. Just go there, review, and finally click on create. So your log analytics workspace will be ready in few seconds. But remember one thing very carefully, team. First, go with the Azure native components only. Azure native component is the log analytics workspace. That's awesome. You can make use of that one without any doubt. That's good. But some cases where the client comes to you and asks like, hey, seems to be Azure log analytics workspace is charging us heavily. Can you please come up with some other option? Then only you need to think about vector by Datadog or Splunk or ELK. Until that moment, you no need to think about this one. Okay, you no need to worry. You can simply use the login workspace only by default. All right, my LAW is ready. Click on diagnosis rating team. Now, if you open this one, surely it will not be displayed. You need to reload the screen. Okay, that's the thing you need to do, team, always. I'm just reloading the screen. So once you reload the screen, team, now you try one more time. I'm just selecting all the corresponding logs, whatever the things needs to be pushed. Okay, everything I'm selecting. So once you've done this particular lab, please try to clear the login into workspace, otherwise you will be charged. Okay, remember that one. Open the drop down, just go there, LAW log 0, L0. Just select that one and click on save button. You know what you achieved now? You are routing all your app service logs, especially whatever the logs are being displayed as part of the app service. Everything will be routed to login into workspace. Now it is easy for us to go there and refer login into workspace if some issue comes up. Even Azure also, first and foremost thing, if you go to Azure support, they will ask this question only. They will ask this question only as first. Okay, they will check with you whether really you configured the logs to login into workspace or not. Then only they can verify or they can help you, otherwise they cannot. Keep the point in your mind, team. Alright, that's all about this particular diagnosis rating team. Okay, alright. I'm just going to the app service one more time. Third one is pending. The third one here is alerts. Alerts team. Okay. For example, you just come here to the alerts. Okay. Once you come to the alerts team, click on the alerts. Okay. And click on the create button. Open the alert rule. Open the alert rule. Here you can see few signals here, team. Okay. You click on the signals. What exactly the signals are talking about? These signals are the one exactly will help you for easiest way to identify the issue. For example, you just think normally. Your application is running inside an environment. What exactly the errors you need to look for? Okay, for example, if application is failing, application is giving some gateway errors, or some errors are being thrown, some authorization issues, or some failures, whatever with the negative case, right? All these things you want to track it. Apart from that, what else usually you will look for? What are the app service plan you consider? Whether really app service plan utilization is really good or not. Whether CPU is good or not. Memory is good or not. How much is left over? Is 90% completed already? These things also you will take a look. Correct? These are all the common areas usually we will take a look. Let's sort out those things first. We just come back here, team. First we'll go for the metrics. Under the metrics, first you can come back here, team. First and foremost thing, there is one thing called CPU usage or CPU utilization, or some option will be there. Just go there, just type CPU. Just type CPU. It will give all the CPU related options. Okay, I'm just seeing only CPU time. I don't see any other CPU options. Just a moment, team. Let me go there and double check under the metrics. Okay, average memory working set, average response time, CPU time, response time. Okay, deprecated. That's going to be deprecated. Okay, current assemblies. Okay, data in, data out, gen 0, gen health 1, health 0. Okay, I don't see any kind of metrics corresponding to CPU and memory as a direct. Okay, so if this particular thing is not directly available, you cannot configure that one also. That should be available here. Then only you can configure. Okay, that is one thing, team. Okay. Okay, let me see what is this average memory working set. Okay, let me select this option. Okay, just apply. We will see what is this one, team. Okay, what is average memory working set. I believe to understand this particular average memory working set, again you need to go there and you need to read this what is the average memory working set in the documentation first. Okay, in the documentation, what exactly average memory working set is talking about. Okay, let's do one. I think it is just giving some option. Memory working set, I'm not very sure what is this one, but it is just talking about if the average is greater than some byte or kilobyte or megabyte or GB or terabyte, such an alert. For example, if it is more than some 20 MB, for example, if your memory, so whatever the memory you are considering, maybe you are considering some 3.5 GB, right? For example, I'm just telling, just take some GB, and if it is more than 2 GB, average is more than 2 GB, then you are expecting, if the average memory working condition is more than 2 GB, you are expecting an alert on this. Okay, we just need to double check what does it mean working set in the documentation. Okay, in the documentation. But for example, this particular alert will talk about in that way. Just let's assume. So what exactly the pending parts here? Once you place a condition here, then go for the action, and you just need to configure the action group and followed by create. That's all. Let me do one small thing. Since CPU memory, I don't see a corresponding metrics or signals here. What I can search for here is, at the moment, I can do one interesting thing. Maybe you can go for your failures, especially what I can consider, you can go for the HTTP errors. For example, I want to list down if any HTTP 401 errors comes up. I just consider HTTP 401, meaning that authentication exception. Any kind of authentication errors are there. I need an alert on that. If it is more than 5, I'm just telling them the count of this particular authentication 401 is more than 5. I need an alert. Simply you're telling that. And how you want to test this one? For every minute, please check for last 5 minutes. What is the time now? Now the time is 11:08. For example, if you set this alert, what will happen? I will tell. At the 11:08, exactly what will happen? It will go there 11:08 minus 5 minutes. Okay. It will go from 11:03 to 11:08. It will check any of your APIs are throwing 401 or not. For example, now the time is 11:09. Then again it will check to 11:04 to 11:09 any of the APIs are throwing 401 or not. But how many? You are telling it should not be, if it is more than 5, then you need an alert. That is what you are telling. If it is a 1 or 2, it will be ignored. But if it is more than 5, it will be alerted. That and all depends upon your application. If your application will not experience any kind of authorization, authentication issues, you can keep even 1 also. That is also fine. But I just consider one of the authentication exception here. Click on actions. Again, same process. Go to action group. Again, we are selecting our action group. Just go there and select it. And just go for the details. And again, you need to drop this. What kind of alert it is? It's an error alert. It's a very clear. It's an error. If you see some error, it's an error, right? Just go there. I'm just giving a name for this one as app service errors. Okay, errors. I want to highlight one more thing for you here. Okay, I just go back one more step, team. One more step, please. Under the condition, you just place one condition over there. Okay, you have an option to create one more condition also. Okay, click on that one again. Just this is for the condition 2. Okay, this one will go with OR operation, either condition 1 or condition 2 or condition 3, something like that. Okay, I just want to check. Okay, is there any HTTP server errors? I just want to check any HTTP server errors are there which are more than 5. Count is more than 5. For the past 5 minutes, every minute I want to check. And if it is more than 5, yes, I need an alert. Okay, I want to have one more condition. I'm just going to signal. This time I just want to check. Okay, those things are fine. And HTTP 4xx, I think this is awesome. Instead of going for 401, if we select 4xx team, everything will be covered, team. Okay, everything will be covered. You just select the 4xx, meaning that 401, 403, 404, everything will be covered. You just come back here and you just go there and select threshold value. I'm just selecting the 5. If it is more than 5, yes, for the past 5 minutes, every 1 minute I will check, and that is awesome. If you have that one, 4xx, it makes sense. But to be frank, if you set up the 4xx, I don't require the 401. You just scroll down and delete this signal. This signal is not required. These two are more than enough to handle your API errors. Now, once you are done with this particular case, go to actions and click on the action group. ZP action group is there. Just go for the details. And again, this is an error it's talking about. And app service errors. That's the correct one only. That's the right word. Just go there and paste over there. Just go for the tags and review and create. You have set up the alerts for your app service. That is what setting up an alerts team. You know one thing, what exactly you achieved? You configure logs, you configured health, you configured specially alert monitoring for your app service. It's very clear. With this, you are tracking your app service health very closely. That is what exactly you are doing. Alright team, thank you for the session. See you in the next part.